Welcome to all of you out there, dear astrology friends. This is an extra little video. It's a short video about the weekly horoscope where I'm gonna put in the spotlight Mars in Libra. And so I'm going to be talking about energy that starts around and about today, which is the 5th of August, and up until the next week. So up until like the 12th of August. That little pocket of time is going to be very significant when it comes to our actions. And there's a full moon included here as well on the 9th of August in Aquarius, but I'll put a link at the end of the video towards that video because I made a video just about that full moon. But this video is more about Mars in Libra and what it does and what it means. And very quickly, just a minute or so, I'm going to have a look at where this Mars is in your chart. You know, it's in that area of your life, in that area of your life, but actually what it wants to do is for everyone the same. So let's get started. It's what we call in astrology, the configuration that is happening here with Mars, that is. Mars just entered Libra, and it's well, as I speak now, it's at the very, 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 very end of Virgo, but it's going to enter Libra, and then it's going to do all sorts of things, bumping into first Uranus, then it's going to bump into Saturn, then into Neptune, and then into Pluto. And I want to explain this, what it means. So at the end of this little intro here, or this video, you should be knowing what this is all about and how to apply the energies at its best, because that's what astrology is for. To know the energy and to work with the energy, not against it, but with it. Of course, you can choose to go against it. That's fine too, if you love that. But to make your life easier, it's easier to go with that flow of nature, or the divine flow, if you like. Now, Mars in Libra. Let's start with that. So collectively, we're going to feel this Mars in Libra. Mars is our actions. It's our intention. What is my intention when I do something? When it is in Libra, this Mars, collectively we are invited to include a question around connections. So if we do something, our intention, it is going to be in favor, you could say, if you consider other people, if you consider a certain connection where this Mars is in particular, right? When you have this in your 11th house, for instance, this is going to be friends, and so on and so on. I'll get to that in a minute. But very important is that although Mars wants to go forward, and Mars is, you could say, it's the ruler of Aries, and it's the ruler of the ancient ruler of Scorpio, it wants things to be done, and rather yesterday than today, specifically Mars in Aries. But now it's in its opposite sign, right? They say the astrologers, Mars in Libra is bad. It's not bad. Nothing is bad and nothing is good. It's an alternative position. What does that mean? It means that Mars in Libra, it's like being a very masculine man and wearing women clothes. That's not bad or that's not good. It's alternative, right? To express that identity of Mars, that ego, it will have to do a bit of an effort, right? It will have to be a little bit alternative. The same for a woman who's very feminine, and she's wearing leather jeans. No, she's wearing leather pants, and she will still do what she needs to do, but it's alternative. So keep in mind that when a planet like Mars is in a sign that it's not supposed to be liked in, right? That doesn't mean to say it's bad. It means to say it has to be doing a little bit more effort. So Mars in Libra will always take in people who have this in a natal chart. Look at people who have this in a natal chart. They will always consider, these are very gentle people. Why? Because in their movement, in the way that they act, they think about their connections. Sometimes people do that, other people don't. Sometimes people are a little bit more selfish and a little bit more, yeah, I'm a go-getter and that's it. And oh, who's following, who's not following, I don't care. And then you've got people like Mars and Libra. I have an intention there, I want to go there, but hey, is everyone on board? So it's a very relationship kind of energy, even though it's not Venus, right? Because Libra is ruled by Venus. But its ruler is doing something else as well. I get to that in a minute. So what does it mean? It means that if we go with the flow, if we go with the divine, if we go with, which is Mars and Libra now, whether we like it or not, we kind of have an opportunity to tap into that energy. That if we want to go forwards with something, we consider other people. And we kind of like the balance, you know. If I'm going to do this, that can happen, and that can happen. That is Mars in Libra. It's very calculated in that way. You have, of course, always a soul with a good intention, which is the good thing of Mars in Libra, which is what I just said. Basically, you're going to do what you want to do, but you're going to consider other people, that they are on board, and so on. Or you're going to do, you know, the bad Mars in Libra, which is the hypocrite, which is the passive-aggressive person. You don't want to go there, right? Because this is gonna get immediately. This is going to be stopped immediately. You know, Mars in Libra can be very, very passive-aggressive. It's like when you have, for instance, a company, and someone in your company works with a Mars in Libra and a negative person. And you say to them, you have to do that work, right? They're just the first day or the second day. You have to do, that is the job, right? Yeah, I'll do that. They don't want to do it. What are they going to do? They're going to stay home and say that they're sick, for instance. That is a passive, they're going to get what they want. They don't have to do the job, but in what kind of way? That's a negative Mars in Libra. You don't want to go there. You don't want to go there. As I said, why you don't want to go there? Because this Mars is bumping into so many colors of energy, so many other ingredients, and such an opportunity. So, in a nutshell, what this constellation wants to do is to do something that we are emotionally driven by. That's the purpose of this Mars in Libra. We do something with a good intention, starting from love and abundance, not from scarcity and fear, with a good intention that kind of needs a lot of stability, but at the same time, a lot of, you could say, trust. And at the same time, that something is something very breakthrough kind of energy and breaking free kind of energy. And it's an opportunity for something new. That is what we're heading for, which is beautiful. And we call it in astrology a kite, which means that this Mars is making an opposition, and it's also making two trines. And there's a little triangle as well. And we call that a kite. And a kite, in a nutshell, is very simple. It's an opposition, which means it's stress, a tremendous amount of stress, a tremendous amount of something that is not easy to do, but getting a lot of help so that you can do it. That's what a kite is all about. And so we are here with an opportunity with this Mars in Libra. And guess what? It starts off, this Mars, with a trine to Uranus, which means that we're gonna, and that is going on very quickly. So the Mars trine Uranus is happening around the 7th of August. Depending where you're living, some people will feel it the 7th, some the 6th, some the 8th. The 7th of August, Mars is gonna trine Uranus in Gemini. The 8th of August, Mars is going to oppose Saturn. The 9th of August, Mars is going to oppose Neptune. The 9th to 10th of August, Mars is going to trine Pluto. The 11th and the 12th of August, which is amazing, Venus and Jupiter are going to make a conjunction, the ruler of Libra. It's going to make a beautiful conjunction. And we're also going to have the moon, who kind of activates this kite when it's going to be in Aries, which is around Monday, Tuesday, when it's getting into Aries, this moon. It's going to bump into Saturn and Neptune. It's going to oppose Mars. It's going to trine Uranus. And it's going to trine Pluto. Well, sextiling, not trining, sextiling. This is a lot of complicated words, I know. But I know that a lot of people are watching this and trying to learn astrology. So this is your opportunity. So let's break it down step by step. Mars trining Uranus means, yes, there is something that I'm taking into consideration other people, but I want to break free. I want to break free and I want to connect, yes, but I want to do something that is new, fresh, exciting. So you have exciting and you have, ooh, I'm fearful of it. It's the same energy, but the first is with a positive mindset and the other one is with a negative mindset. So here it's a trine, so it's excitement. We start with excitement and then immediately the day after we start with stop. Mars opposite Saturn is like, freeze. It's like, ooh, but hey, you know, it's the down to earth energy, which is the blockages, which is in a day-to-day 3D life on planet Earth is maybe you want to do something and it costs too much money. Maybe you want to do something. You want to go for a relationship, but you're still in another relationship. Maybe, and so on and so on. This is the Saturn. This is a hey, get real here. The day after we have Mars opposite Neptune, which is like, oh, I have to trust. I have trust the process because otherwise, and I have to be alert and not accelerate too much because Mars opposite Neptune is like driving in the mist with your car. What are you doing? You're not going to accelerate. You're going to slow down. Mars opposite Neptune. But of course, when we trust and when we get through that barrier of, yes, I trust that, you know, I trust the universe, I trust myself, and I let it go, then boom, Mars trine Pluto. Around the 9th, the 10th, when we have that full moon in Aquarius as well. Again, I'm not going to explain the whole thing about the full moon in Aquarius. Get to the other video if you want to go there and if you want to have that explanation. What is Mars trining Pluto? It's one of my favorite aspects, which means that if you want to change your world, you can do it. You can do it by yourself. Mars trining Pluto means you have that transformative quality. You have that, it's a bit like Mars in Scorpio. It's like, I'm responsible for my own life and I'm a go-getter and I'm going to do it. What's necessary? Mars trine Pluto gives you a tremendous amount of power and strength to do something, even if it's new, even if it's totally new. Mars trine Pluto means breakthrough. Doing something that you've never done before and you need a bit of courage, Mars trine Pluto is the best timing, right? So wow, we are invited here to do something that can so much change our lives and transform our lives into a more authentic life, a more real life, a more soul life, because ultimately Pluto is all about the soul. And guess what happens on Monday, Tuesday? It's the moon will, first in Pisces, and then it's going to enter Aries. It's going to do the same what Mars was already doing. When we have an aspect like this, Mars with all these other planets, and then we have the moon coming up and also making an aspect to it, it means it's going to reinforce that, right? So I give you an example. If you have in your natal chart Pluto on your sun, for instance, right? You're going to feel that a whole year. But you're going to feel it the most when the moon, every month, it's going to touch that sun Pluto. So then it's like the heaviest, so to speak. So it is something like that we are feeling. Like the moon is giving a lot of emotional drive to this because on Monday, Tuesday, we're going to have the moon in Aries, which is all about new beginnings and we want to start new, but it's bumping into Saturn, it's bumping into Neptune, it's bumping in an opposition to Mars. Moon opposite Mars, which means my drive is done by emotions, right? And you better be doing this out of a good emotion and out of a positive, healthy emotion. Like, I want to build something. I'm driven innerly, emotionally, or by another person, because this is an opposition. It could mean someone is making you very emotional, and because of that, you get into action. So again, this moon in Aries is really going to activate the kite again and reinforce what I just said, basically. But the moon in Aries shows here, the start. People with moon in Aries, just like me, they want to go. They want to go forwards. They act. Even if they're scared, they act, and they do. And they want to go forwards in their lives, and they want to initiate. They are not, it's very masculine energy. So what is it that you really want to get forwards in your life, but that you have to do with some caution there, with some trust, but also with new energy, new and fresh energy of almost, you could say, renovation. When I see Pluto and Uranus at work, it is like a renovation that you're doing. It is like, the alchemy, and which is beautiful, We have a very big opportunity. That's why I'm making this video in between, because normally I don't do the weeklies. If you like it, just let me know in the comments. So, and guess what's happening with this moon in Aries, opposing this Mars, and Mars is in the spotlight. The ruler of Libra, so where Mars is in, is Venus. And Venus is conjoining with Jupiter on Monday, Tuesday, which is amazing. Actually Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, that is Venus conjunct Jupiter, which means it's going to be in Cancer. So it's going to be emotional, and it's about the people that we love as well. And it's about this beautiful energy of growth and of hope. Venus conjunct Jupiter is love, and it's abundant. It's very, very abundant energy. It's energy of growth, for sure. So there is something, if we do that breakthrough, that when it comes to our feelings, that we feel very protected, and that we feel very much that we are cared for. And that's beautiful. And don't forget either that on the 12th of August, Mercury, which has been going retrograde, it seems like many, many years, but a couple of weeks, it goes direct on after all of this, after this breakdown that I was doing, and after this Venus-Jupiter conjunction, Mercury goes direct. Mercury goes direct in Leo at 4 degrees. It seems that then it clicks, and we understand, and we know what we want, and we express our heart, which is the heart chakra, Leo, and we do the difficult conversations. Mercury is slightly opposing Pluto, and off we go. So it's a bit of a squeezing time this week. It's a bit of like, ooh, it's so much happening with so much ingredients, with so much color. But that is needed because of this breakthrough. So I want you to make the best out of it. That's why I'm making this video. And now I'm just gonna do without timestamps. I always say without timestamps, and then I always do them. But I'm just gonna mention the area of life where Mars is in Libra, where this is all about. Where is this energy? Where do you want to change? Where do you want to drastically make some changes here? For Aries, it's your relationships. Final point. You want to change your relationships, whether you are in one or not. That's it. You don't have to know anything more. 7th house is also business. So it might be not only romantic partners, but also business partners and the public. Something there that you want to change. Taurus, it's your day-to-day life. It's in the 6th house. You want to change your day-to-day routines. You want to change your health. You want to initiate something that has to do with these items of your lifestyle, basically. You want to improve that lifestyle, and it's possible. Geminis, this is about your 5th house. This is beautiful because Gemini goes very well with Libra. It's a trine energy. So for you, this is here. What do you want to start of enjoyment for yourself? For goodness sake, those Geminis who have been working very, very hard and not having the time to enjoy themselves, this is the time. How to enjoy yourself in a new way, or how to start a new project, how to start a new business. Children. What about children? Or it might be a child of yours who's going through this energy that I just explained in the intro. Cancerians, this is in your 4th house. This is in your house. This is about your family. This is about your core, your emotions, your emotional well-being. You want to shift it. You want to change it. This is the setup. So anything that has to do with your home, anything that has to do with your emotions, there needs to be a breakthrough here. Leos, this is in your 3rd house of communication. Lots of busyness. So for you, if you have your own business, this is the time to do a new website, a breakthrough, a new platform, a new way of communicating, a new way of learning. You could learn something new. You could teach something to others. There could be activities with siblings, with neighbors in the neighborhood, a gathering together, you connecting with people around you in order for you to do something, whether it is selling, whether it is just connecting with each other, you name it. Virgos, this is about your value. This is in your 2nd house. This is about your money as well. There needs to be done something new. You might start a new job. You might start something new to get more money. You might start a new project to earn more money. You might do something that boosts your confidence, whatever that is for you. You might do something that boosts your talents. You might learn a new talent or put effort and energy into that. It's about your value. It's coming back to the Virgo. It's not about, do other people value me? Am I going to this? For instance, if you're going to go to a party or to a social event or whatnot, instead of asking the question, will I be liked? Will I be liked? You say, am I going to like them? It's that kind of vibe. Librans, the whole intro is for you. This is about your whole life path. So because the 1st house is you, this could be physically, this could be a relationship level, this could be a job level, that there is a new start. Make use of it. There's something here that you're brewing for sure. Maybe it's all 3 of them. But it's your time. It's your time to initiate. Don't wait. Don't sit and wait. Don't be passive aggressive. Go for it. Do the best and let God do the rest. Scorpios, this is in your 12th house. This is the time to let go of to spot your blind spot and to let go of it, to dissolve it, to let go of something that is self-destructive. A lot of times the 12th house is the house of self-destructiveness and self-undoing. It's addictions that we do. There is an opportunity here to battle it, Mars, and to battle old patterns of yours that weren't even yours in the first place, right? But use it in the right way, because Mars there in Libra in the 12th house, it can do things that the world doesn't want to see. It's up to you. Sagittarians, this is nice. It's a sextile to your energy and it's in your 11th house. Do something with friends. Do something with like-minded people. Reach out to someone that maybe you are a bit scared of, am I going to lose my identity, my creativity if I mingle in too much, but it can free you up in a way. With this Pluto in your 3rd house and Uranus in the 7th, this is all about your relationships. It could mean that you reach out to someone and it kind of, when you do your own business, when you're having your own business, it could mean reaching out to someone who collaborates with you. And it's a bit scary, but it's very beautiful. And with that Venus, Jupiter in your 8th, it's certainly value of other people that they bring into your life. Not necessarily money. It can be their knowledge, for instance. Capricorn, 10th house. This is all about your work. You can go for a new work, a new job, new responsibility. You can really have this kind of energy towards a boss, and that you have to really make sure that you're doing the most healthy thing there, right? Not the passive aggressive that I just mentioned in the example, but you have an opportunity to have this fresh new start when it comes to your work. And even if it's in the beginning not going to be that easy, or you see like, oh, but I have blockages, just trust that process. With Pluto in your 2nd house, there's a transformation of your values going on for sure. And if you don't work, it's your public life, or a parent, there's a shift in their lives. So there's a shift in how you want to be seen, how you want to present yourself in the world. This is my energy that I'm contributing here. Aquarians, beautiful. This is a trine energy. This is beautiful energy, easy energy flow toward your 9th house. Mars in the 9th, go travel. Be very active where you travel. If it's not travel, go and study something. Read some books, go to a cultural event, a movie, and be very active in understanding life, understanding philosophy, understanding the metaphysical side of life, seeing it in a bigger perspective and being very active with it. Or you starting something like a YouTube channel, in a language that a lot of people understand it. Mars in the 9th house means being active abroad, right? You could be doing this, what I'm doing here, and reaching tons of people. And or writing or editing, writing that book, publishing that book, going for it, or starting, right? Because this is just the beginning here. Pisceans, 8th house. This is the transformation for you. This is being very active to get value that you share, or resources that you share with another person. So first of all, it could be money, that you do a lot of work to kind of return your investment. It could mean that you do a lot of work so that you can get with that business partner certain goals that you want, or investing in something. It could also mean going for intimacy, going for more truthfulness in a relationship, depth, and also understanding with vulnerability, showing that you are not afraid to do that, to show yourself to someone in a way that is not just literally naked. It's actually figuratively being naked. Mars in the 8th house. You could prepare something behind the scenes as well. So make sure that it's healthy, right? And that you're preparing something. You could be going for money that is not your own money, like inheritances, tax returns. You could really, really do a lot of energy and a lot of work to get these things done and to go for that. The 8th house is also the house of your fears and your traumas. You could be literally working through those traumas by actively doing some healing work. This is a very healing energy, but you're doing this with another person because it's Libra. And you're going through the barrier of fear, which makes you way more connected, because then Mars is going to be in the 9th house, which is that connection that you have with all there is. Beautiful. Anyway, I hope this was helpful, and I certainly loved to explain it. Thank you so much for all of you for your what you watching this video, liking, subscribing, ordering readings. There's a whole bunch of possibilities. Just click on the link below and you can get in touch with me. Anyway, I wish you all the best and have a very good week. Bye-bye.